to the Binch Bros podcast. I'm Keo.
I'm Sejun.
And welcome to the podcast, and where we talk about video games and video game-like-esque things. Today, we'll be talking about video games we played this week. June, what games have you played this week?
I played Disc Jam, which was the free this month game. I played that for a minute. But like almost literally a couple minutes. Like I played through the tutorial, and then I played like 2 matches online against the same guy.
Oh my god.
And I was like, yeah, this seems whatever. Like I lost both matches. I was like, oh, I don't know how he's doing that thing.
This is a real person?
Yeah. It's like I think it seemed to me that's like the only way to like maybe there is an offline mode, but like
it's purely it's purely a multiplayer game.
The way it seems to like the menu seems to be laid out, it seems to like funnel you towards matches, and I think it's like 1-on-1, maybe 2-on-2 also. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just it funnels you into it. There's like a currency that you earn, I guess, and you buy like loot boxes with it, and you can get like emotes and colors and stuff.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's free, so like can't really there's not really any downsides to it, I guess. You got it for free.
Your
so
time,
you
it could be.
That's true. Yeah.
Like
could
if
be
you
playing
don't,
other games.
Yeah, if you don't like what do you call it? Wasting your time. But I don't think it's a waste of time. I think it's fine to check it out, you know?
You give it a bash, as some might say.
Give it a bash. Give it a bash. That usually bashing something is like trashing on something. Take it for a spin, maybe. It's more of an apt.
Spin.
Yeah. Idiom.
Yeah.
Right.
So is it the only game you played this week?
No, I also played Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, which I don't know. It's a Muso game. So it's like one of those games that like I'm still playing it. I'm probably gonna play it for a little while longer if I have nothing else to play. I can't in good conscience recommend it to anyone. Yeah. There's better Muso games out there. I don't know if there's better Berserk games out there. I know there was one for Dreamcast, but from what I remember from that game, like you had a lot of these corridors, and you try to swing your sword, and you would hit walls all the time, but like not in like a Dark Souls way, but in like a really unfair way.
Oof.
And so
that
like
sucks.
Yeah, that seemed annoying. So I don't know. I didn't really want to like. I don't know. I've been reading the manga recently. Like I'm all caught up actually, and I needed more Berserk. And so I played that game, and I have to.
That itch.
I have to say this for anyone who's listening, who've maybe seen the anime or wanted to see the anime or wanted to read the manga. I've only read the manga and played this game, and definitely do not play this game if you haven't read the manga. Terrible primer, like terrible way to get into that story. You'll just be ruining the story for yourself, and it terribly tells the story. It's awful.
The worst way to start it off, pretty much.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, I hear that the anime from '97, you know, I hear a really good thing from some people. The newer one, I've seen a little bit here and there. It's not very pretty. It's very pretty sometimes, and then it has this like horrible CGI that just like really like ruins it. Also, both anime series like cut out so much meaningful character stuff, I think. So
Oh damn.
Not worth it. I say read it. Trust me, I know it sounds like, oh, reading is harder than watching, and it's not. Like,
Yeah.
you get through reading so much faster, I think. Like, yeah, it always feels that way, but then I like start reading, and like I read 347 chapters in like a week. So
Nice.
yeah, that's like
Berserk has chapters, or is that similar? Just to,
yeah, like chapters. So like
Avatar, where they has like chapter water.
no,
Chapter
no,
fire?
no, no. So it's like an issue is a chapter, right?
Oh, okay.
So there's usually like, I don't know, like 8 issues, I think, or 8 issues or something, 8 chapters, 9 chapters, I don't know, somewhere around there, in one volume, and it's like maybe there's like 10 chapters per volume, because I know there's like 36 volumes, and there's like 347, so maybe a little less than 10.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like 8 or 9 chapters per volume. Super fast read. Really good. Really dark and grim. So,
Really like those. Huh.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, that in itself can't sell a thing for me. But if it's good, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Well, that's just I don't know. The other animes, not really. I don't know. I just really have weird. I pick out the really worse ending kind of ones.
Alright.
Then they're not bad, not worse either. I don't know what I'm saying. No, it's all
So, like,
fumbling
if
apart.
something has a dark ending, you don't like that?
Yeah. I'm almost like, yeah. It's like, it's kind of weird. I do kind of like the happy like ending stuff, but I also don't like that either. I don't think I'm ever satisfied, June.
Why do you not like darker endings?
I don't know, cause I don't think I just don't like endings in general, cause then it just means that the show's over. Especially if I get attached to like the characters and stuff, right? And then like if it's a happy ending, I'm like, all right, cool. At least I know they're fine now. But what about the future? What if that thing comes back, like the protagonist or whatever? And then my mind just goes crazy.
Okay.
I don't know. But I feel like the characters. I think the biggest thing now for me, like I don't know why, but characters, like character development and like me being attached to characters is like really big for me. Like coming around, like this year, I guess towards the end of last year too, but.
That's actually why I like endings usually. I like it when things end because at a certain point it gets like hard to swallow that like Batman's just gonna like always have like the adventure of his life like every month. You know, like every month is gonna be like this like highly intense, traumatic, crazy thing. And it's like, I don't know, it'll wear on my suspension of disbelief, right? So like if something goes on for a while but then ends, I'm happier about it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like this is like a crazy I don't know, it's a crazy sequence, a crazy time in someone's life or whatever, or like their life is crazy. But like, yeah, I can't follow too many superhero comics and stuff anymore because of that. You know, like I used to love that stuff, and like, I mean, I'm sure if I pick up a story arc I hear is good, that's fine. But like, I can't ignore the fact that like, in the weeks before he, like Captain America, like took down like the government agency that was controlling the United States, or whatever. And it's like, okay, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's kind of hard. It's good to have an ending, so that way you could. I think it's good to have an ending.
Yeah. Yeah, like I love single stories, you know, like just like I don't know, 6-issue arcs that are Watchmen, right? You've read Watchmen, right?
I haven't
It's like,
read Watchmen.
yeah, it's one of the most, you know, discussed comics of all times, right? And you know, that's only 12 issues, I think.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You know, it tells one complete cohesive story. You know, it's I mean, like 30 years later they wrote more into that universe, but it's like you don't even have to, whatever, who cares? That doesn't count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like I don't believe in it.
That was like after the movie, right? Or
yeah, it was after the movie even. Yeah, I can't believe they made that movie. But like yeah, because that book used to be like, because that was one of those books where it was like people were talking about making a movie about it for like decades, right?
Jeez, really?
Yeah, they've been trying to make a movie about Watchmen for so long, and they used to call it like it's the unfilmable movie or whatever. Like I think like Terry Gilliam was attached at one point. But yeah, I don't know. Zack Snyder did that movie, right? Yeah. Wow. Horrible. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. I remember watching that movie and being like, this is a very faithful adaptation that completely misses the point. Like he didn't understand, or whoever. Yeah, probably him. Whoever directed it for sure didn't understand the tone of the book. So it's like it translated everything that happens in the book, but like said it wrong, if that makes sense. Like he interpreted it different than me, I guess is a better way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little. The Watchmen movie was a little weird. I mean, like the biggest thing was like.
So you haven't read it and you've watched it. I do want to know your perspective.
I have watched it. My perspective. I mean, like. It's a little weird. I guess it's almost like Overwatch, right? Kind of, where like there's this band of superheroes, and then for some reason they disbanded, and the world despises them for it or whatever, or just they despised them or something, or someone got sloppy at some point, and then they all disbanded or something. And now, a few years later, I forgot what was the biggest thing besides like.
It starts with a murder.
Doomsday device.
No, yeah, it starts with a murder. It's about like one of the superheroes from the past. Because superheroes are outlawed now, and some of them are still working in secret. Yeah. And one of them, Rorschach, finds out that one of the older superheroes, the comedian, gets murdered.
The comedian, yeah.
Yeah, and then he like decides to dig into that, and it gets more complicated from there. Yeah, that's the setup, and the book is great. It's crazy because it takes so comic books, right, are like its own medium, just like books are, just like films are. And I think there are certain elements of the medium that can be taken into account when you're making a thing, you know? Yeah. So in Watchmen, particularly, what was interesting was they had this comic book inside the book. Yeah. Right? That this boy named Bernard was reading. Mm-hmm. And the book that he's reading, we get to read at different points in the book. Okay. And so because he's reading a comic book, we see the comic book, like we start reading the comic book. You know what I mean? And that, like, and it's interesting because it's like thematically like connected to one of the characters in the main story. It like kind of is a parallel to that character, but like kind of not also. Yeah. Anyway, like that's like a whole thing that you can't do in an adaptation. So they didn't. They just cut it out. I think there's like a super director's cut where they like animated that stuff and put it back in the movie, but I don't think it's gonna make it for a better movie. Yeah. I don't know. What a mess. What a mess. Yeah.
But like the plot was kind of weird, to be honest, and it was like,
Dude, here's the thing, man. The plot is great. I don't know. If the plot seemed weird, that's not the book's fault. Or it is a weird plot, but like in a good way. It's like an interesting plot. It's a very smart, like very tightly written story that's great. That if it seemed bad as a movie is because it wasn't written for a movie. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, and I mean like you should have adapted it differently then, you know? Like I don't know.
That was that's a weird thing. We had news for this, not I guess this week kind of, but you had some news like at some point yesterday, I think.
I did?
Yeah.
Video games?
I think it was video game related.
What was it about?
I don't know. I could say Senran Kagura for right now, but I think it's something else.
I don't have any news about that. There's no release date for North America. I thought there was, but it was a Japan only one, so I got kind of bummed out.
Oh, damn.
But that wasn't the news. There's like weird like Mass Effect news.
There was that's the one. I think the other thing too is the three tribes, the three factions that are currently going around in the gaming world, right?
That's not really news. It's just like an observation, and it's like it's not even like three tribes. It's like Zelda and everyone else, right?
Yeah.
But it's like everyone who like a game will come out and it'll be like, well, here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember Gravity Rush 2? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that came out this year. That's a fantastic game. No one remembers that game. You know, like it's a fantastic game. That sucks. It shouldn't be overlooked. You know, like there's a lot of fantastic games this year.
Jesus.
That are
so many open world games.
Yeah, but I mean like even still like they're going to get lost in the like footprints of Zelda in a way, right?
Yeah.
Just like or like the top few games of the year. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like this year by the end of it, I'm assuming Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be a game that a lot of people are going to talk about.
Yeah. It was pretty popular when it first came out, right?
Red Dead Redemption 1? Yeah, it's like I think it sold better than Grand Theft Auto 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
It's really popular. Yeah, it's I think it's like the one. I think it's Rockstar's IP that people are most the fans have been craving for a while. I mean that and like Bully, but like Bully's even more niche, you know. Yeah. But anyway, like so that game's gonna be talked about a lot. I guarantee it. Zelda obviously is like what the fourth highest ranking game of all time on Metacritic.
Yeah. Nice.
Like you got you know like those are the Persona 5 probably is gonna have like I don't know that might be more niche, so it'll have like people are gonna talk about it, but I don't know where it's gonna fall towards the end of the year. I know it's gonna get great reviews. Like I can almost guarantee it. Like you know like it's gonna get 9s. It's gonna get like the same types of great reviews that like you know Nier and like Horizon Zero Dawn have been getting. You know. Like, these like A games and like so like the observation was that like you know there's all these communities of people that I see like hating on a game instead of liking their game. Yeah, you know, so like and this is just one example of many, but like Zelda fans, apparently Zelda fans, like Jim Sterling from the Jimquisition wrote a review of Zelda and he gave it a 7 something, like a 7.5 or something like that. Like he didn't love it, right? He gave it like a pretty mediocre, solid, you know, it's a good game, like not like mind-blowing type review. And they like lost their shit, and they like, said all, whatever the usual horrible stuff they said, but then they DDoSed his website,
Oh, jeez.
and like stuff like that, and it's like, it's funny. I don't know. It's funny. Like, I'm like, part of me is like, this is the same type of people who decry censorship, like, oh, games are, like, getting censored over here because of SJW bullshit, da 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 da. And then at the immediate moment someone says something they disagree with, they like try to silence them. Like, I don't know. I just find some irony in that. But anyway, yeah, so that's like an example. I'll watch like a review of Zelda, and under it you'll see like Horizon fans like be like, this is ridiculous, laughable. This like weeaboo garbage is, not, like, how could it's obviously not better than Horizon or whatever. And it's like, okay, what's your issue? Like, everyone, like, and it's like, one of my favorite video game outlets, Easy Allies, recently posted a review for Nier Automata, and I like looked at the comments after watching it, and I see, again, Horizon fans and Zelda fans and, whatever, bickering, and it's like, people talking about the game's like Metascore average, and like, and it's like, dude, I love like that game. I really, really like Horizon Zero Dawn too. Like, I don't dislike Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, I really like that game. Yeah. Like, I mean, where I stand on it doesn't even matter. Like, I really loved my time with it. That's a fantastic game. I highly recommend that game. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm sure I'll love Breath of the Wild too. Everything I've seen from it, it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, that game would be a game I would love. Who fucking cares? Like don't be creepy baby children like attacking people for not even like differing opinions. It's like we should all be happy that we're in this time of
it's fruitful.
This is insane time. Yeah, we've never, I can't think of the last time we've had anything like this. Like 1998 is what comes to mind, when Half-Life and Ocarina and all those games came out, Metal Gear Solid and shit. And it's like, so it's like, I'm talking like close to 20 years, right? like 18 years ago is the last time I could think of a year being so good for video games. Like, so early, I don't even know if it was so early back then. This is like, we're 3 months in and it's already like, the best year we've had for this like console generation. Yeah, it's crazy. And like like I said earlier, Gravity Rush, Yakuza, like, it's not just these three like games right now. These three are the ones we're talking about now. But like, these three aren't probably even going to be the ones that people talk about towards the end of the year. You know what I mean? Like, which sucks for like some of these games, because I think like,
there's like a high standard now for like the games to come.
I think so many people should go out and play Gravity Rush 2. I think so many people should play Yakuza 0. Play Horizon, play Nier, play fucking play For Honor if you like that. Like.
We do so many like reviews on like these games, and like they're games that like not a lot of people even like notice or like take a look at, kind of, but like they get overlooked, right? So you're saying like, like Yakuza and
I mean, I'll play Ghost Recon eventually. Like, when that dips in price or whatever, I'll pick that up for like $30.
Yeah,
it's like I don't want to pay $60 for it because it was like boring, but I mean like. I'm maybe if I dig deeper, it'll be fun. I don't know. It's like, you look at the like outlets. It's obviously not getting the same type of rave glowing reviews that Horizon and Nier have been getting. It's been getting like a lower end of that spectrum, which makes sense because it's more of like a derivative. It's more safe. It's a safer game, which I like. How cool is that, dude? Look at the three games that we're talking about: Zelda, Nier, Horizon. Out of the three, Horizon is like the safest game, It's like the most traditional like formulaic game, and that's not like that. It is formulaic, but it's like interesting. It's very interesting. Like, you know, the whole robots hunting system, all of that, like ideas.
Yeah.
Like, it's like cool. Like, it's got a lot of cool ideas. It's like I hated I hate it's a strong word. I dislike Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War is coming out. That might be a good game. I disliked it because, like, whatever, the Nemesis system just didn't intrigue me that much. I was like, yeah, I had some fun moments, I guess, with it. But like,
it was interesting, right? The whole like,
I do think
kill them, they become like powerful or whatever type thing.
Or like you think you killed them and they come back with a scar. Or like, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Or like this guy like hates bees, you know. So like, you know, and I could try and just kill him, or I could try and scare him with bees because, you know, it'll freak him out. Like, I don't know, so whatever. Like, it's fine. It's kind of interesting. I didn't think that one element was like, you know, it like surround a pretty boring game surrounded one interesting concept.
Yeah.
Whereas Horizon Zero Dawn is like, it's a pretty normal game surrounding like a really cool concept of hunting these like robots that, like, you know, you have to like track and hunt differently and take apart differently. Yeah. But like, it's also like all the other stuff that's like normal around it is like good and really excellent. You know, like the art is great and like all that stuff's great. Whereas like Mordor is just like boring looking. And like I didn't like looking at it, you know. So like, and like that's what I'm saying. Like that's the least risky game that came out, you know, and it's like still rating like it's like more experimental than like most mainstream video games. And like Nier is like, I mean, that's just like injecting your brain with battery acid, you know. That game's insane.
It's a trip.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's like a return to form from Platinum. I mean, like, they just got Scalebound canceled, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, thank God they had something like good up their sleeve, like something great even. And then like and Zelda, you know, I mean, like the idea of like them just changing open world from that like gross Ubisoft, you know, markers all over your map model to this like more like old, it's like old Zelda.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
you know,
definitely like old
it's like
Zelda.
Dark Souls 1, but like not a corridor game. You know what I mean? It's like this, like, go explore, go for it. Yeah, you should go to, you know, this like mountain that's on this island. Yeah. So that's all you know. It's like, look for this thing on this island. Yeah. There's no like thing that pops up on your map. You just go there and like you start looking. You know, it might take you 30 minutes to get to the island. That's rad. Like, that's so cool. Like, thank God for that, you know. And I mean, whatever, you know, people might disagree with how they did weapons and whatever. Like, sure, whatever, that's fine. You know, I'm sure you have valid claims. I'm sure, like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but maybe I'll hate it too, you know. But like, I'm looking at the consensus. I'm like very impressed by it, you know. Yeah. And then, I mean, like, I don't know. What was the games of last year? I can't even. Overwatch. What else? Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3. Really? That game
was that last year? Maybe that wasn't last year.
I think it was last year, right?
Maybe it wasn't last year.
Oh God.
I don't think it was last year. I think it was like 2015.
Yeah, I think it was.
Was it Overwatch 2015?
It was definitely 2016.
Okay, like Watch Dogs 2 was last year, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Watch Dogs.
I'm like trying to think of the big games of last year. It's like it's hard.
I know.
Final Fantasy, and Last Guardian.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15, Last Guardian. Holy shit.
Those are huge games.
Totally forgot about Last Guardian.
Yeah,
did you finish it?
No, I barely do. I should play that game because that game is cool, and I mean, that's a really interesting game. Yeah. I loved what I played of it. Okay, so like discounting Last Guardian, like think about like the games like Final Fantasy 15, Overwatch, Watch Dogs 2.
Dude, I feel like there's like a really big one that we're missing.
I'm sure there is,
and I feel like we like did a review on it too.
Like we played it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we did. I don't. Whatever. If it comes up, it'll come up. But like think about like how like safe those bets were. You know, like a new Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, like that's like I mean like yeah, you could say like oh a new Zelda. But I mean like no, but like a new Final Fantasy and like, you know, what was the big change? The you know, switched it from turn-based to like more real time and they you know, like that's like their big change, right? It's like and it's open world, but like not like an interesting open world. It's kind of like boring side quests and you know that stuff. But it's a cool game. I really like that game. Right? But like it's like not like challenging the medium. Last Guardian probably is. I'm not gonna talk about that one. I haven't finished it, so I really can't. You know, Watch Dogs, Overwatch. Neither of them are like changing something fundamental about video games or like challenging. You know what I mean? Like they're just like
they're basically
they're really good games that just
don't want to say copy and paste, but ideally it's like it's they're just like competitiveness for Overwatch. They got that down.
They're what do you call it? They're perfecting like formulas that have been in the zeitgeist for ages now. Yeah, and like you know you look at this year and like you know like
they're switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, like every game is like off the curve, you know, like like Yakuza 0 isn't like super different from other Yakuza games, but it's like the first Yakuza game to get this sort of mainstream attention, you know? So like to a lot of people who are going to be playing this game, this is going to be like nothing they've ever played before. You know, like Nier Automata, same thing. You know, Horizon Zero Dawn is like if you could put it side by side to Watch Dogs 2, the other open world game from last year, you know, like think about how much weirder and more experimental and interesting Horizon is. Yeah. And that's like one of the most like basic games of this year. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. I still want to
play it too. Like,
yeah, it rules. I haven't
gotten a chance to play it. And
it's a great game.
From what you keep telling me, and from like this quick like screen share play that I've watched, I've wanted to play it. Like,
dude, you know what doesn't get enough love in that game, right?
What's up?
The economy. Oh, I love the economy of money in that game because like your money is also the same resource that you use to craft arrows. Yeah. So like
on the fly?
Yeah, on the fly. So your like most basic arrow like takes a metal shard and like a branch, you know, and you can pick up branches everywhere. You pick up metal shards from killing.
It's easy stuff.
Yeah, it's the most easy thing. And like the fire version of that like takes that and like also like blaze or whatever, which you get from some robot dinosaurs. But so like you're like almost everything you make like has that metal shard in it. But that's also the most like common currency in the game. Like so if you're buying something or you're selling something, you're exchanging metal shards. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like metal shards are the one thing that like doesn't fill up your inventory. Yeah. You know, it's like souls or whatever, right?
The only way to get it is to like just like kill the
You get it from everything.
Monsters?
Yeah, you get it from killing you don't get it from like Boris, I guess. But like you get it from killing the robots, you know, and like you get it from selling and like you use it to like buy and you use it to like craft arrowheads. Yeah, so you're always like feeling like I don't know, like I loved the way the money worked in that game, you know, like it's you're spending money by making more ammo like on the fly directly, like in a literal sense, you know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I want to touch into it. Like it's one of those games as well as Nier. Not so much. Horizon's definitely the game I definitely want to grab.
Yeah,
first.
and I mean, like, I
Zero.
get it. No, I get it. But like, Nier is like so much more interesting than Horizon. Like in like,
yeah, I definitely want to give Nier
every like
shot.
In a million. Like, I love Horizon. I really think Horizon's great. I'm really not trying to undersell Horizon, but like.
Yeah.
You've never played anything. You've like played something like Horizon before. You haven't played something like Nier before, like because it hasn't existed. No one's made a like an open world RPG like in the vein of Bayonetta, you know, and then like you know, on like this high of quality before, you know what I mean? Like no one's done that, and it's like, you know, weird experimental storytelling. It's like so funny and bizarre sometimes. Like there's just this one part, like, because like, you know, early on, like it's obvious that the robots that you're fighting aren't just mindless, you know, and like you're kind of like what's going on, and like, you know, different characters are like, no, they're just imitating human behavior, don't worry about it, you know. And then you like go into this like desert area, and you just see this like orgy of these like robots, like, you know, performing like, you know, sexual acts, you know, but like they don't have the pieces, right? They don't have genitalia. You know what I mean? Like they don't have wieners, but like still, like, you know, they're like, you see them like you know, imitating what like they think is sex, and it's like kind of funny and kind of weird and kind of fast, you know what I mean? It's like you're just like taken aback by it, right? Like, sorry, spoilers, that might have been like, I don't know, it's just interesting, you know. It's like, and like,
well, I like how you did sorry spoilers, like,
sorry, whatever. That's one a lot of it's like
there's like more things besides that.
It's like the chicken in Yakuza 0, you know. It's like the memed one, you know. No, there's tons more that like I won't get into, and it's all interesting, and it's all like one of my favorite lines of dialogue in that game is just, waving the flag is fun. And like, I'm not gonna tell you the context of that, but I mean, like, I like couldn't help but like just like laugh when I saw that, you know. I was like, that's so endearing to see right now. And it's like, that's what the game is. It's like this like super tragic, dark, sad, twisted, but like funny, charming, like sweet, you know, touching, you know. It's all these like different emotions like cobbled together at once, you know. And like, I mean, Yakuza 0 has elements of that, you know, where you're just like, you know, like going all up and down in like terms of like how you feel about things. Like honestly, like Watch Dogs too, like I like that story, but it's like, what did I feel? Oh yeah, these guys are pretty likable. Oh, I'm really angry now about this one thing. Okay, it's over. Like, you know, that's it. That's like my entire emotional journey throughout that game.
They could have, I'm not righted on that whole thing, but I don't know.
Like the social commentary in that game is like, okay, you're making digs at Scientology. Like that's new. It's not. You know, like, I mean, whatever. That's fine. I'm not judging you. I think we can all make jokes about whatever we want, however late to the party it'll seem. I don't know, man. I just don't want people to like, this is a great year. Last year was great. Last year was a good year for video game. Like, don't get me wrong. It wasn't 2014. You know, it was a good year. This year is
definitely
just,
wasn't 2014.
This year is like one of the best ever.
Crazy. We
don't hate each other for it. Love each other.
We should. Yes, we are all one.
Dude, like,
all as one.
How cool is it that Zelda is a game that came out for the Switch, but it's like not showcasing the Switch's power? You know what I mean? It doesn't like run particularly better on the Switch. It doesn't look like this like game that couldn't run on Wii. In fact, it can run on Wii U. It was made for the Wii U. It runs fine on the Wii U, like pretty good.
It runs a little better actually. Really,
I don't know. I don't know, but like
I don't know either. I have the Switch one, so I can't really say much.
I mean, like, I bet you the best way to run that game is just through the actual Switch itself.
PC. Oh yeah,
there's no PC version.
There's no PC version.
There's no PC. But anyway, but that game isn't like this like technical powerhouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like pure game design.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's what's winning people over. It's game design. It's like when Demon Souls first came out, you know, and people were like, whoa. Like, you know, well, it's different because Demon Souls, people didn't get it. Demon Souls came out, people were like, this game sucks. And it's like, no, you don't get it. Like, just wait a few years, and then you're gonna be eating your words, you know? But like, this game, like, people got it, you know? It came out, blew everyone's minds. It's not a technical marvel. It doesn't look like cutting edge. You know, you couldn't. It's not like if you told me like this game could come out on PS3, I'd be like, yeah, I bet it could. You know, it's like it doesn't look insane, but it's beautiful because it's like it shows an art style that's like less taxing. You know, it's not hyper realistic. They like went for a style. They like went for a type of world that's not like over cluttered. You know, like it's like I bet to render like a field in Hyrule is way less work than to render like, you know, the amount of like NPCs and all that buildings and crap in Watch Dogs 2 for sure. I bet like the horsepower to render Bolivia in Ghost Recon is more taxing than it is on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
But like I can look at Breath of the Wild. I can look at Bolivia in Ghost Recon. I can tell you like what's more interesting, what looks better to me. You know, like I can tell you right now, like I've seen that game. I've seen Bolivia in Ghost Recon 100 times before. You know, I've seen it in Watch Dogs. I've seen it in Just Cause 3. You know, whatever. You know, like I've seen it in Far Cry 4. Like that idea of that open world, that map, those collectibles. You know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this Hyrule before. You know.
Yeah.
I almost called it Skyrule.
You were about to.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking Skyward Sword. Dude, they haven't made a game since Skyward Sword.
They haven't.
Well,
It's
I mean, I guess
crazy.
they made a Link Between Worlds for the 3DS.
I played that game. I finished that
Yeah, I
game.
hear that game is great. Like,
I totally forgot Wait, did I finish?
it's like the sequel to Link to the Past.
Yeah, I think I played that because Justin let me borrow that. I finished that game. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's a game where you can like
It's
go flat
really
on the
good.
walls. Yeah, no, it looks great.
It's really good. That was a really good game.
Yeah, well, it's a Zelda game, right? What's the
Yeah.
last Zelda? Skyward Sword is the one game that's like controversial, and still, like you look at the reviews for that game, it's like phenomenal.
I still need to play the older, like not the older. I guess they're older Zeldas, but Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Those are the ones I need to play in general.
I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, they're probably great, but I mean, like, I'm glad I played Twilight Princess like a couple years ago instead of after playing Breath of the Wild, because like I can tell you right now, like it'd be hard for me to go back to that game because like those Zelda games are always pretty open, you know, but like they're never this open, you know. They're always like, oh, you got to like the Goron village. Now, you know, finish this dungeon and then you'll get a thing here and then you can continue on.
You pretty much have to finish this area. And then, I mean, it's thinking it from, you know, Ocarina of Time, where you have to, like you said, go to the Goron place, finish that guy off, and then go over to like the I forgot which one it was, the forest. I don't know. I can't remember. You basically need to do. It's linear, isn't it?
Yeah, and like you know, like that's not like exactly the part that like thrilled me about Zelda games. You know, it's never like I need, you know, this set of like that loop isn't fulfilling necessarily. I like Zelda games because of like I think the worlds are great. I love the like weird recurring themes. Like I love
sadness and destruction.
It is sad. They're sad and like lonelier than you think they are. You know, they're cool. They're like you know, it reminds me of something like Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? Like where it's like it's for all ages, but like it can get sad.
Yeah,
it can get serious.
Really think about it and stuff, right?
Yeah, or like you don't even have, like it's like there, you know.
Yeah,
it's like
really there.
They're about. I mean, all Zelda games are about like, you know, like saving the world, and you know, it's like, that seems like not very or interesting necessarily, but it's like think about what like the world being in peril means. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it can get pretty dark, you know. Yeah. And like the villains are always great in those games. I don't know what Calamity Ganon. I don't know if he's a great villain. I don't know anything about him. So like maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. But like, you know, like Girahim from Skyward Sword, Zant from Twilight Princess, you know, like fucking, you know, like Skull Kid from Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Zelda games have always had like so much character. That's what I'm interested in. Interested in the world and the character.
Character's great in Zelda.
In Breath of the Wild
too. Yeah. Oh, geez. Yes, definitely. But like you said, like characters in all the other Zeldas. Again, I haven't played the last 3 somewhat major ones, right? But you know, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, like those are they have really good characters in there, and like just crazy. And then shit. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Shit.
Well, I mean, like check this out, right? The first Zelda game I played to completion, like, is Twilight Princess. Yeah. But before that, the first Zelda game I played to completion isn't even a Zelda game. It's Hyrule Warriors. Oh. First of all, good segue, because Berserk Musou, not a good Warriors game. Not a good Musou game. Hyrule Warriors, excellent Musou game. Because it takes like Zelda ideas and incorporates them in like really interesting way. Like, you know, like you'll have what are they called? King Dodongos, right?
Dodongos.
And like you'll like, you know, like you'll have to like throw a bomb into their mouth as they're getting ready to breathe fire. You know, stuff like that, right? Like that's different from traditional Warriors games, you know. Yeah. And like and also like, you know, you got to play as all these characters. You got to play as Sheik, you got to play as Zelda, you got to play as like Midna, Girahim, you know, Zant, like all these, you know, Ganon. You get to play as all these interesting characters besides just Link, and like they're great. And like as a person who like as a person who likes Zelda from like this outside perspective, always going, yeah, I always wanted to play those games. Didn't have a Wii, so I couldn't play like a bunch of those other games. Didn't have a GameCube, you know, like you know, when I got a Wii U, I was like, yeah, I'll get Twilight Princess, you know. But like before that, I got to play this game, and it was like yeah, hell yeah, like I'm getting to finally play as these characters I like, and they're great characters. I love them, you know. Like, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, they like live and die by the world and characters, I think, Zelda games. Yeah. So
they do.
And I can't like name a single person from Horizon Zero Dawn besides Aloy. I don't. I can like see faces, but it's like
still fresh though. Kind of.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm not trashing on the game. I mean, it's like it's. Yeah. I think there's a guy named Rost. Yeah. There you go. There it is. But like, and so that's a cool game, you know. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's like all these games are cool. Like, you know, like Nier has one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. Yeah. Like, does it? Full stop. Yeah, Nier Automata has like one of the coolest soundtracks ever.
I think it's another thing I like too. Like, it's got good music.
Well, it's amazing music. Jeez. It's like weird. Like the first Nier has like, one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, and this has like a better soundtrack.
Can I? It's not spoiler. What the? Is it similar to like Bayonetta then? Like whenever stuff happens and then like some intense music comes in, or it's like something completely different.
Totally different. Bayonetta, great soundtrack. Not one of the best, but like, you know, like Bayonetta is always good. Nier.
Also, I haven't played it, but I was watching a friend play it, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, it sounds pretty cool.
No, like so Nier is like it's kind of like no, it's more like Bjork. Like it's more like weird, airy, wail, you know, like haunting melodies usually. It's all made up in it's all made up languages. Yeah. Like it's like, and like the way they build usually, and it's like operatic, right?
Yeah.
Like and like chorusy and stuff, and like
Oh heck yeah!
it's really cool. Like
You're saying all the
church vibes,
words.
right? Almost like, you know, it's like it's
Yeah.
really neat and beautiful, like perfect songs. Like I love like Song of the Ancients is a song from Nier, the original Nier, and like there's like 2 versions in that game, and the way they did it in that game was it was like
Great.
there was these 2 twins in this town, right? They're like the people who
Yeah.
run this town, and Devil and Popola. And when you're like in like one of their, like if you're inside the office of like Popola Popola, like you hear like a version of the song, but when you leave, like it fades into a different version. And it's like Devila's track, you know, where she's plucking away at a guitar, you know, and like and it's like beautiful.
Yeah.
That song like comes in like in that song's in the soundtrack of this game, and it's different, you know, it's like a new version of that song, and like
Yeah.
you know, there's like new versions of like other songs. There's like completely original songs. They have this
That's really good.
yeah, they have this great singer named Emmy Evans who worked on both games, and she creates these like made up words, but like they like fit, you know, it's basically like I think I think the idea was like, think about like write the song in French, but like 10,000 years from now. So French has changed.
Oh jeez.
You know, like so French doesn't mean French anymore. So do that, or like write the song in Gaelic, but like, you know, in the future. You know, so it's like, so it sort of sounds Gaelic, but it's not. You know, and like there's a new singer in the new one, Janique Nicole, who's really good too. Like, perfect, like great new addition. You know, and they're like, I mean, if you want to hear a cool track from that game, I think it's called.
Don't do it.
Hmm.
I'll do it.
It's either called Simone or like, I don't know, like opera singer stage or whatever. You know, I don't know what the name of this song is, but like it's such a cool song because like, and that was like one of the first songs they showed. You know what I mean? Like, and when I remember when I watched that trailer, I was like, whoa, like this is rad. I can't wait to see where this goes. And that's like not even like the highlight of that album, you know, or that game's soundtrack, you know? So like, I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything's exceptional this year. Let's all be happy.
God,
it's exceptional.
Let's all gather around the campfire and sing that campfire song.
Yeah, like Yakuza 0 has my favorite, like one of my favorite video game plots. Like, I loved it. You know, exceptional. You know, like Gravity Rush 2 is the perfect ending to that series. Like, I loved it. You know, like exceptional. Everything's exceptional this year. Let's all be happy. I'm not gonna trash on Ghost Recon. I didn't like it, but I mean, like,
it's probably not bad for you. Like, it's different for everybody, isn't it? Like,
I bet it would have been like one of the best games of last year.
Yeah,
probably. Who knows? Fucking maybe not. But like,
by the way, also, I guess I'm looking through our podcast, and I think another 2 games that that came out too, which was whatever, but Titanfall 2 and like Battlefield 1, and just
think about how uninteresting both of those games are.
Yeah,
like when you say that.
They didn't pop in our mind though. That's how uninteresting and safe.
And which is weird is because like they were like at the time they came out, we were like, oh, these games are like, oh, look at Battlefield 1. Like how intense is that? They're going to World War 1? Like that's brave. Oh, look at Titanfall 2. Like they did a story that's like, you know, like about a dude and his robot. Like, you know, that like what these ideas were there, but like I don't know, like at the end of the day they were just like more of the same. Yeah. Whereas like everything's not like that this year.
Yeah. I do want to say also, with listening to the soundtrack, it sounds pretty good. It's the Simone whatever opera singer is what it's called apparently. It's pretty good, and I think that's one thing I definitely like in video games that can really catch me if you have really good like music.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, man.
Dude, I mean,
crazy.
I don't know, a month ago or something, I'm just sitting in my room, like me and a buddy of mine, watching videos on YouTube of like, you know, the Swedish like orchestra, like Philharmonic or whatever, like doing Bloodborne songs, you know, and we're just like sitting there watching that, going like, this is so good. Like, you know, like Bloodborne's music is perfect. Like, you know, like, and it is. Bloodborne has excellent music, you know, like some video game music out there. I mean, like, it's funny, like, you know, when I started up Horizon, it sounds like I'm taking shit on this game. I like that game a lot.
No, you're not. You're really not. You're praising it more than you're shitting on it, I think.
I remember I like heard the like opening theme to that game, and I was like, eh. You know, I was like, whatever. It's like halfway between like Uncharted, you know, like I don't know, like Last of Us, you know, that's not Last of Us, like Lion King, I don't know, you know, like just some sort of like adventure-y, you know, like it's like whatever, like, you know, it's fine. It's a like,
oh god, dude, I don't know. Oof, I'm sorry. You started talking about like intro, like gaming, like music, right? And then I immediately started thinking of like Zelda Ocarina of Time and how it starts, and you know the piano bit, bum 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 bum, and like I started getting chills after I like ran that through my head. It's so good.
You know what's weird? Fucking great little ditty that like the original like Final Fantasy Prelude. You know, that song that I can't even get there right now, but you know what I'm saying.
I know. I absolutely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's such a like great, like simple. You know, it's just like arpeggiating, but like it's like perfect. You know, it's like what a great like bit of music that like completely set a tone for the rest of that series. You know, like
you're gonna be going into a fantasy world, is what it's saying.
Yeah,
and it's great.
And like
it's
Zelda
good.
has that. I mean, like I'm trying to think of like other like obviously Mario.
Yeah,
you know, excellent music.
Well,
Mario.
like Watch Dogs has an interesting thing too, because it has like music in which it kind of shows it like said it's like, hey, this is technology world you're gonna enter into.
Yeah, and Watch Dogs kind of did that like GTA thing, right? Where it like uses pop music, like it uses the music from our world.
Yeah, but in the intro music, like the menu music, right? That wasn't really from our world. It's in Watch Dogs world, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That like kind of synthy, like I do like that menu song.
Yeah. It's pretty lit.
Yeah, I do like it. You know what's a thing I was thinking about? Like just a weird random tangent sort of observation. Whenever I play like GTA's, like GTA or something, you know, I'm driving my car and it's like Dr. Dre comes on, like California Love or something, you know. Yeah. Or like, you know, some like song about Compton, you know, whatever. I'm like listening to it. I'm like, what? Like that place doesn't exist in this game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like in GTA, like,
oh yeah,
California doesn't exist. There's San Andreas. That's the state. Like, there's no like, you know, Inglewood. There's like Vinewood, you know, like or whatever.
That's
like,
true.
Like they like, you know, there's no like,
Inglewood.
There's Grove Street, you know, like so like to have like real life pop songs in that world is almost like breaking something, you know what I mean? It's like I have to like
immersion a bit.
Yeah, like either pick the songs that like don't name drop real locations, you know, or like
because it's too close to like the GTA world. I mean, I think people know that it is like cloning our world, but like yeah, it's you
know, I have a problem when people say like GTA is like this like really smart satire.
Yeah.
It's not. It's pretty dumb.
I like the way you said that.
It's not. It's like yeah, I remember like there was this like furor about this like torture sequence in Grand Theft Auto 5. And there was all this write up about like the torture sequence about like being put into the shoes of like a torturer, you know, like cuz what's his name? Travis, is that his name? The one with the balding hair.
In 5?
Yeah.
GTA 5?
Yeah, so like there's a
That's where we're at
sequence in the
right now?
game. Yeah, you're like torturing someone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like whatever, people were doing all these write-ups about it, like, oh, what does this say about like the implications of torture and media, all this like think pieces. And like I played through it, I'm just like, nothing. This has nothing to say about it. It's just a thing that happens. He's like literally has nothing to say about it. He like lets the guy go afterwards. But I mean, it's not. He doesn't feel bad about it. It's like, why did I do that? I didn't even like. I don't know. I didn't even feel bad about. It's like I was so removed from it because it was like, oh, pick up the pliers and then rotate your thumbstick so Travis pulls this guy's tooth out. Okay. Like, I don't care.
I'll do that.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. Oh, electrocute this guy. Okay, cool. Like, whatever. Like, it doesn't mean anything. It's like, it's not smart. Like, they tattoo, like, a penis on someone's forehead in that game. Like, because, like, he, like, tried to, like, trick your daughter into, like, being on some reality show or something. I don't know. And, like, so you tattoo a penis on his head. Like, okay. Like, whatever. What do you mean smart satire? Get out of here. Nice. Nothing about that game is like it's like stupidly funny sometimes, Yeah. And it's fun. It's very fun. I think those games are really well designed in a lot of ways, but like I don't think they're brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know why I took a dump on that series. I like that series.
No, it's good. But I don't know, man. I think that's another thing at Binch Bros, right? We gotta take a dump on something.
Yeah, I mean, like, do I have any sacred cows? Not really. Like, I'm trying to think.
Sacred cows.
Yeah, like games I won't talk shit on.
Oh, but you're trying to find. You want to try to find that end.
Dude, like my favorite. No, because I don't have it. Like my favorite series of all time, Metal Gear Solid, is like. So full of problems. Are you kidding me? Like, like holy cow, that game. Like,
we're talking about which one? Wait, which one are we talking about?
All of them, man.
All of them.
None of them are like flawless, but they're all perfect. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they're all masterpieces. They're just completely insane and like crazy and dumb. Mm-hmm. Like they're so dumb sometimes. Like there's like I don't know like. Like I remember playing the first game, and like you're like sneaking out of jail, and like you heard something happen to the guard, and when you get out of the jail, you see like the guard on the ground, like with his clothes taken from him because the person in the cell next to you, stole his clothes, after knocking him out or whatever. Yeah. But like what you see is like this naked guy with a blurred out butt. And I just remember always like I remember as a kid being like, what? Like what am I watching like Fox News? Like what's this like blurred out butt all of a sudden? You know what I mean? It's like such a weird like moment of like deliberately like taking you out of the world, right? Like
oh my gosh.
But like putting this like censored butt, like you know what I mean? Like that like blurred out, like I'm talking about that mosaic effect. Yeah, like a
pixelated.
Yeah, it's like cops or something, when they have to hide the identity of the like suspect, like that like vibe, and I was just like losing my mind. Like that's so dumb. All sorts of stuff like that, like in those games, like we all know how like the whole thing with Quiet turned out, where like Kojima was like, people were like, hey, why is this lady like wearing like a bikini? Like why is she dressed like that? And he's like, hey, you'll be ashamed of your words and deeds. And the game came out and no one was ashamed of their words or deeds. They were just like, no, that's a very stupid reason for her to be dressed like that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, whatever, just own it, whatever. Just, I wanted to put a lady in a bikini. But like, he was like, no, there's a deep meaning. It's like, there wasn't.
No, you just wanted to show some skin.
Yeah, and then whatever, like that's what I'm saying. Like these games all like always have something like that in it, and it's like and they're my favorite.
There's no sacred cows here.
Yeah, like I mean,
but they are also sacred cows.
Twilight Princess can get really boring at times. I love that game. That's one of my favorite games. Like it can be so boring at times. Yeah, I'm just hunting for post souls, post spirits, or whatever at night because you have to wait until night. I don't think there's any way to like speed it up or whatever. Oh my gosh!
I feel like there is. I feel like there would be. Again, I haven't played it. Just because like all the other games kind of have it. So
what, like speed it up?
Yeah, every game kind of had a thing.
No, like there was like so like they made it better in the Wii U version than from the what do you call it?
Wii version?
Yeah, no, yeah, I guess Wii version, Wii and GameCube, like the previous version,
Yeah.
So you got this like lantern that would like glow when they're nearby or whatever, but like you could only get them at night. So like if you're in an area with a post spirit, and like your lantern's glowing, but it's like the middle of the day, it's like gotta come back here at night. Like that sucks. I see. You know what I mean? Like
you gotta like remember where it's at too or something.
Yeah, I mean it's like whatever, that's fine, but it's like I don't know, that's annoying. There's these like weird dungeons where you have to play as Wolf Link, as like combat dungeons. They're super boring.
It sounds like you're not Wolf Link that much.
You're Wolf Link for quite a bit.
Okay.
It's not like super great when you're Wolf Link. He's got alright moments, I guess. I don't know. Instead of Ocarina, you know, in Ocarina, you like play the Ocarina.
Yeah.
He howls like at the moon or whatever, and like you have to like mess with that, like, and I don't know, you unlock something. I don't remember what is howling even for. There's some like skeleton warrior who teaches you sword skills. I think he's like supposed to be the Link from Ocarina. Yeah, but he's like a skeleton now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know exactly how that fits in, but I was like, yeah, I'll go with it.
Sure, why not? I mean, is he the legend? No, he's just the swordsman or whatever.
So like, is every Zelda like a descendant of like a previous Zelda?
I want to say yeah.
And is every Link a descendant of a previous Link?
I think yeah, but no.
So like, because if Link and Zelda ever had a kid, that would mess up everything then.
Then they wouldn't need either of them.
No, because like they don't always fall in love in every single game, but like there's sort of a connection between them in like as an overall theme, right? Mm-hmm. And so like
I think they're cursed, to be honest.
Yeah,
because they constantly have to fight Ganon, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's not. Yeah. I
don't know, man. I mean, the timeline stuff, right? Like, is that even like? Do you think about that when you're playing a Zelda game? No. Are you like when you like open up? Yeah, you don't, right? You're not like.
I don't.
Where does this fit in the Hyrule?
I definitely want to, only because I'm curious. But other than that, I'm strictly just playing to play my boy. Yeah. And also to get the story off of whichever Zelda game I'm on.
Usually after I beat it, I like take like a deep dive into like a wiki. I'm like, oh, I'm super interested. Like I want to know about Midna's people, and like I want to know about all about the Twilight or whatever. Like get into it, and then like like through there, I'm like, okay, so this game comes from like, if Link fails against Ganon, after the 7-year time skip in, Ocarina, and then like that branches off and like goes into Wind Waker or something. Yeah, whatever. Like, it gets like really weird.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. They're just cursed. I think they're just cursed.
Yeah, they're probably cursed. By who? What like horrible
like Ganon's cursed too. Like he's cursed to like keep trying to obtain power and take Hyrule.
But a curse isn't something like. A curse is something with like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like it's something with intent, right? Yeah. Like Beauty and the Beast, like that enchantress curses. Yeah. Curses that young prince, right?
Yeah.
Like and like in other movies, you see like witches cursing people or whatever.
Okay, so this is what happened. This is what truly happened.
Like in the Zelda timeline.
In the Zelda timeline, doesn't matter this is the very beginning.
Yeah, so this is like pre Skyward Sword.
Yes, this is pre Skyward Sword. If that's the earliest of the Zelda, quote unquote, series, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's like technically the Metal Gear Solid 3 of Zeldas.
Okay. Also, this is not canon at all. So
come on, stick with the. Don't undercut the bit. Don't undercut the bit.
So that's what happened. They were very young, and they were. It's Link and Zelda. They were wee lads in diapers even, and Ganon was there too, and they all ventured into a swamp. They had like a little play date. Yes, I know you're curious. How are babies playing at the play date? This is the Zelda universe, man. They could do whatever the fuck they want. So they go to the swamp, right? And there's this hut, obviously a witch's hut, and they got some sticks, they got some rocks, and just they started throwing at it. And then the witch came out and said, "Hey, you guys gotta stop it. You're making a ruckus." And then Zelda was quiet. Link was pretty brave, and then Ganon kept throwing his rocks, right? And then after that,
I gotta be honest, this bit it didn't really.
It's done. It
didn't really go anywhere. I was waiting for it.
No, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of just I didn't really
just ramble off.
This is I just rambled. They just got cursed. The end of the story is they're cursed, and now Ganon just constantly want to have power or whatever, and then Zelda and Link have to stop him. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's the origin. I want to we got like 15 minutes left here, but I am curious as to, because he told me this off of podcasts, and I'm curious to know. Andromeda?
Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda, right?
You're
another huge open world. Yeah,
you might be picking it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing, right? The game's gonna come out. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna get it day one.
Yeah,
it's definitely nearing release. Like around Tuesday, it's gonna release, right? Like,
yeah.
Chances are around Monday night, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out on Tuesday.
Orisa comes out Tuesday as well.
Oh, cool! That Overwatch hero.
Yeah, Overwatch. It's just a quick thing, but
yeah,
Andromeda's coming out too apparently.
Which else?
Andromeda, right?
Yeah, and I mean, that's cool. It's a big deal. It's probably gonna be whatever. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be like one of the top games of this year.
Do you think it's gonna be like a safe one? Like
no, it's definitely like more of a bungle. It's like they messed up. Ooh. They dropped the ball in a lot of ways. So a lot of so EA has this early access program.
Oh.
Right. So people got to play the first several hours of that game already, and ooh, are people not being kind to this game, man?
Ooh.
And so the GIFs came out, right?
Yeah.
GIFs. I'm gonna say GIF because that's what he calls it. But I think GIF, if that makes sense, because GIF makes more sense because it's a graphic image, whatever. Yeah. Graphic image file.
Let's separate our audience and be team GIF.
But I will also say GIF because that's what the creator says.
Fuck him. Fuck that dude.
Yeah, and also I don't know. I seem to be saying GIF more as I grow older. It makes me think of the peanut butter. Anyway.
Oh, it does.
GIF. GIF.
Thanks
Faces.
for telling me that, because now I'm gonna think of that.
Little animations. Little animation videos.
Let's just call them those. Let's just call it that.
So they've been popping up from this game, right? And
yeah.
So we got people's faces being
Let me pop it over.
Yeah, they just look like weird, creepy dolls. You got people walking really funny. There's one point where a character PB, she like pulls out her gun and points it like, you know, like it's like a dramatic moment or whatever. She's holding it backwards. She's just holding her gun backwards. Like, you know, like this game is so it's like really weird looking, right? And like so people are like, oh, well, this is the early stuff, right? And the guys on the team are like, you know what? That's the game that's gonna ship on day one. Yeah, that's the game. That's not the like. That's with the day one patch. You're gonna have all those graphical anomalies in there still. So
we gotta take a shit on it, right?
What do you mean? Just like
let's take a shit on it.
Oh my god!
Squat down, just get right in it.
Gross.
I'm looking. What is that? I'm looking at it right now, and geez, like I'm looking just strictly at the eye movement of the characters.
Is it the lady with short hair?
Yeah.
That character actually says something about her face hurting. Which is funny because
my face hurts.
It's like not self-aware. It seems like really rough. From what I've seen of the gameplay, it seems.
I'm hoping it's rough, to be honest.
You know, like there could be some enjoyment out of that, and it's also like, you know, honestly, it's gonna be one of those like 70-hour RPGs. Like I think you're gonna get over it. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna hold up for the, you know, like you're gonna run into Mass Effect. The original trilogy had weird faces. You know, like Dragon Age has weird faces. You know, all these games have like weird looking, you know, things, right? And like you know, because they're BioWare games, and BioWare, you know,
really focus on them stats, man.
Dude, BioWare just isn't good at making like their engines run well, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I remember like Knights of the Old Republic was like framey. Yeah. Like I remember like, you know, none of the Mass Effect games like looked amazing. None of the Dragon Age games looked amazing. Like they're like Bethesda in that way, where they like make this like world, you know, and they write a bunch of, you know, whatever.
Is their own engine?
It's Frostbite. Dude, it's Frostbite. That's the thing. That's the same engine that runs Battlefront. Look how good Battlefront looks. Yeah. You know, like what is going on? Like, you know, get out of here. You do something.
It's a little nuts. I just want to say, like, just quickly looking at this GIF. This is not even a GIF. It's a straight up a video, and like the ice in this is so static and it goes so quick. In comparison to Horizon Zero Dawn and what I saw through the share play, like it is crazy.
That game has really good facial capture though. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I mean, like I don't know.
Like it's funny, right? Yeah, like
graphics. I don't think.
I was thinking about that because, like, you know, games like Yakuza and Nier and stuff, when like you're having conversations with people, generally the camera doesn't zoom in super close. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like at a distance, you know, they're not animated so much, you know, like, you know, and like in cutscenes, they're very well animated or whatever. But like, you know, in the like gameplay itself, there's like kind of this like, you know, pulled out. There's no, you don't even hear the dialogue generally, you know what I mean? Like it's like mostly text. Sometimes there's dialogue. And it's like pulled back. And so it's fine, you know, you get like into the world, you don't really think about it. Horizon, very confident in its faces. And so they put the camera right up in there, you know, like The Witcher or something, right? And like, unlike The Witcher, which is a phenomenal RPG, Witcher 3, one of the best I've ever played, that game has like 20 faces. So you start seeing them repeat. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that guy who was like the Nilfgaardian general, I guess he's like a farmer in this town. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you just see the same like people like start to show up over and over again. And like Horizon, you know, that I don't ever recall that happening. I don't ever recall playing Horizon seeing a person's face being like, I've seen this person already. Like every single person seemed like I'm sure there's NPCs in the world that are the same, but like not the people I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, whoa, that's pretty impressive. And they all look great. They all look like real people. Too clean, obviously, for like cave people and like, you know, whatever. But whatever, you know. It's like a Hollywood version. It's like a 2000 BC movie or whatever, Yeah. But like, but yeah, they were confident. They were confident about making these faces, like putting attention on them because they look great. Mass Effect shouldn't be so confident, from what we've seen. It's like pull the camera out a little further.
Yeah,
don't go so close.
Really far.
Or change the lighting or something. Like, do something.
Like go outside the ship.
No, like I mean, like it's like people's faces. Like static images could be fine, like whatever. Like not the best looking graphics, but like people look fine, whatever. But like in movement, it's so weird.
It is weird.
I mean, like, yeah, man, I don't know.
I'm looking at this other GIF too. This is actually a GIF or GIF animated picture thing. Yeah, she's just crab walking. The character is just crab walking. It looks really funny.
Yeah, no, people walk all weird in that game. The combat seems all right. It's like
I wanna take a look at it.
You know what I don't like about it? I haven't played it, so I might like it, but like I never really love it in video games. Is
What's up?
Like, in third-person cover shooters when you can stick to walls or whatever.
Yeah. I like that.
No, I'm fine with that. I don't like it when it's like automatic.
Oh.
Yeah, I want there to be like a button I push.
I you know what? I think I'm with you on that too.
Yeah, it's weird because like,
what if like messes your controls up, right?
Yeah, it's like I don't like magnetize my like body to a wall like on accident. It's like I mean it's like in Gears of War I'm doing it on purpose, but it's like it still feels like a magnet, but it's like I understand the rule of it, like the game anyway. It's like it moves cool. It's got some cool stuff like movement stuff. You have this like jump pack, so you're boosting around left and right. You got different powers. Whatever.
Andromeda. I'm talking about
Andromeda. Yeah. Okay. Seems like all right. I think another thing I think that's weird is like you have like these like classes that you can change on the fly, which is better than how it had in the first 3 games. It was like pick your class. Now you can't deviate from this class. And this one it's like pick your class. You can switch it at will. Whenever you unlock powers, you'll get a new class, and you can like switch to that class if you want, and it'll have different classes have different buffs, so like which never makes sense. That always breaks immersion a little bit. It's like, okay,
switching classes,
like why am I just like better at fire based attacks now because I arbitrarily like what's going on? Am I turning something on in my brain? Whatever. Getting too into it. It doesn't matter. It's a video game system.
I'm used to changing classes in the MMOs I play. I wouldn't think too much of it for that.
Yeah, but MMOs, you're so removed. Like, ironically, in MMOs, you're so removed of character. Yeah. Does that make sense? It's weirdly like...
You're almost in it for the loop, but like I don't know, Final Fantasy, you kind of like are still in it, but I don't know, man.
But I mean, like, don't you feel like MMOs are like, because they have to like account for the fact that there's like so many people in that world, and
you're the one.
So everyone's like genericized, like everyone's like this like nothing character, blank slate, tabula rasa, and like so no one has personality. And it's like, I don't know. MMOs never feel like a game like Mass Effect or Horizon or Witcher.
Yeah, any game really.
That'd be great if like there was an MMO where like I felt like a real character. I think the Old Republic, the BioWare one. They tried to do something like that, didn't they?
I think so. I was hearing a thing where. I was listening to another podcast where, like, I think not the Old Republic. It was rare to be like I was supposed to say a Zelda, a Jedi, I guess.
No. That's Star Wars Galaxies.
Ah,
yeah.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because I get the rarity. Also, I get really pissed if I knew that guy.
No, so like, what happened? It was like,
no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
people were like in order to become a Jedi, you had to like, it was something crazy. Like you had to like max out like all these other classes, like, and then like it was like a random class you had to max out, and like it would always change, like the algorithm would change up or whatever.
Oh damn.
And then like like if you got it type of thing. People really got into like RP in that game in a cool way. Like I never played it, so like this is all from like articles I've read and stuff.
Yeah, and
but
it's
like
not there anymore, right? Like
it's that game's been shuttered. That's the thing about MMOs, like they live and they die, which is really a shame. There should be an archive of like servers that are just.
I'm pretty sure there's like private servers or whatever. I've been on a few before.
I mean, like, dude, if EverQuest is still running, there's no excuse for like, like Black Desert or something, or City of Heroes, like games like that to like shut down. Like. Yeah. But anyway, what is it? People would like make their living like being like a dancer, like a cantina dancer. They would just, that's all they would do. Like they would just like, I'm gonna get on Galaxies and go to my like job, which is a dancer at a cantina.
I'm gonna get off my actual job and go to my virtual job.
Like that's nuts.
Did you get XP for it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you like leveled up your class. I think like the better dancer like I think like,
so like you're really like living that motherfucking world then, huh?
Yeah, you're just like doing it, which is like cool. Like
crazy.
Like I mean, like that's cool that there's that. For people?
Can I play a citizen, please?
I mean, that's what you are, right? Like that's just like a citizen. Like you don't have to get involved in the galactic struggle.
I guess everyone has a job then. Like even the citizens or the people that go to like the cantinas probably have like a job, like a fruit seller.
Dude, they probably have more exciting jobs. Like they're like people who go to cantinas are like smugglers and stuff, right? Like they're like, what is it? You've seen episode 4, A New Hope, where like, when Luke and Obi-Wan meet Han and Chewie. They go to that cantina.
Who shot first? I have never even got into that thing. Like I really don't even care, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm totally not getting into it. Obviously, Greedo didn't. Anyway, in that sequence though, like it like cuts through the bar, right? Like the camera does, and like you see all the different like that is like Obi-Wan calls it a hive of scum and villainy. And like you see like all these like different aliens, and they're all like up to no good. Like there's this one dude like he's smoking a hookah, and there's like another one who's like just the devil. He's literally the devil.
I remember that.
Like you got all these like crazy
what
like.
Are you doing?
Yeah, I know, it's so weird. And like you got all these like different aliens, and like they're there to like find a ship. So like the assumption is these guys are all like thieves and smugglers and whatever. It's like criminal element, right? Like like that sounds like a more interesting job than being a cantina dancer.
Man. I think I would if it actually. I don't even know how the galaxies work. Like, do you even after you're done doing cantina working, does it actually level up your thing to where like when you're in a party, it like you're a bard you're pretty much a bard? Is that?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't even know if it's like a quest-based game.
It's straight up RP then.
Yeah, what is it? Like, what would the quest be? Like,
I wanna hop into that and see.
You can't.
That in. I wanna obviously not play it, but like look it up, and I'll bring it in for the next podcast. But I think it was a good ending point. It's a very riveting podcast this week.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the year in general.
Yeah, well, I mean,
don't be mean to each other, people.
Yeah,
stop it. Love all the games.
We're all friends.
Zelda's cool. So is Nier. So is Horizon. So is all the ones that you forgot about, you idiots.
Yeah, you fricks.
You nitwits.
Yeah.
So don't tell me about Zelda being weeaboo trash or Horizon being weeaboo like trash. Just another Ubisoft generic nightmare, or Nier being
a mess,
whatever, like
scale bound,
Andromeda looking ugly. Like, you guys already forgot about, all the games that came out earlier this year. You're gonna forget about these games. You're gonna forget about Persona 5. You're not gonna forget about Red Dead, probably.
Yeah,
just because that's Rockstar. Yeah. But like, is Death Stranding supposed to come out this year? Dude, Jesus, I don't even know what
that game is.
That's Kojima's game, man. When that game comes out, video games are not going to be the same anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally remember. Okay, so yeah, just be friends, everybody. We're cool. We're all chill here. Everyone, just relax.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening to our podcast, everybody. We've been Binch Bros, a podcast in which we take shit on games and we talk about how good 2017 is going.
Yeah, this will only last for the entire duration of this year.
Yeah, that's like gonna be our theme for like the
apparently. Cause I mean, like, well, okay. Honestly, my prediction, I'm gonna throw it out there before the game comes out. Mass Effect Andromeda is gonna come out. It's gonna have like,
I want to hear these predictions.
I'm sure it's gonna have like a Metacritic rating of like the 70s. You know, some outlets are gonna give it like really bad scores. Yeah. Some outlets are gonna give it pretty good scores. No one's gonna give it like a perfect 10.
I'm gonna say 90.
No, dude. Yes. Like Horizon and Nier are like 80 something.
Nope, it's gonna be 90, bruh.
No.
Bet.
All right, $8 million. You wanna bet something on it though?
Fake $1 million.
Okay, if I win, you have to buy Injustice 2 when it comes out.
Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. What's your turn? What's your turn?
This is a bit.
Yeah, no. This is a bet. You're spelling bet wrong. It's an E, not an I.
I'm spelling it with a B-I-T.
So what's your turn?
Bit.
Come on.
You have to.
I'm saying under
toilet
90.
Water.
Dude.
What up?
I'm confident that I'm gonna win, so okay.
I know. I'm not confident I'm gonna win. I'm not doing it.
So you don't want to take the bet?
I don't. It's a joke. It's a bit.
We should start doing bets.
Say 90.
We should start doing bets with stakes.
I don't want to do money bets. I don't want to do like actual money bets.
That's not a money bet.
I have to pay $60 to get Injustice.
I guess that's true. You gotta pre-order a game. All right, so once a year we can do like you have to pre-order this game. That sort of thing.
That's it. That sounds interesting.
But once a year.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to do that. But I don't know. I was supposed to end it like 5 minutes ago too.
Any recommended game?
Yeah, I forgot we kind of skimmed through that, didn't we? I don't know, man. I'm still playing Breath of the Wild. And honestly, I don't think I want to talk too much about it. I do want to just like say generalization on it and like my unspoiled review on it. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I'm going to talk too much about it. It's a really good game, but I think I'm just going to play that. We had last week we had the Night in the Woods.
Yeah, but Mass Effect's coming out. I feel like I'm probably going to play that game before our next podcast.
Wow. Jeez. Yeah, it's coming out Tuesday,
I really
right?
did like the other ones, so like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll just play. We'll just do our week, our thing, and then we'll just come back next week. I want to go. Yeah. Right. Thank you for listening to Binge Bros podcast. This is been Binge Bros with me, Keo, and your other host, co-host, Sejun. You can find us on facebook.com/BingeBros and on Twitter @BingeBros.pod. And you can also find us on iTunes and YouTube at Binge Bros. Looking up Binge Bros.
Corrections. Binge Bros Pod, not BingeBros.pod. It's at Binge Bros Pod.
Yeah, Binge Bros Pod. Yeah, and then for the Twitter handle, and then YouTube Binge Bros. And again that's BINCHBROS. Thank you for listening. Yeah, goodbye.
Be nice.